Hey guys, it's Josh Lloyd here. How's everyone going? We're here for a weird Sunday where the games all started earlier and we're not going to get any super late games. Injury updates. McCullum out tomorrow. Brandon Ingram doubtful. There you go. Ingram was officially questionable. Now he is doubtful. Jared Allen is out today. Larry Nance has now popped up in the injury report. Questionable with shoulder soreness. Oh no. How is everyone? Just looking at everything that's gone, the Magic lineup is disastrous today. Well, not disastrous. There's so many point guards. So there's just random stuff happening all over the place. The Knicks are fully healthy, so we're going to really get to see what they do with Hartenstein and Sims and Robinson and Reddish and Grimes and Quickly. The initial report said they were starting Grimes. They submitted a lineup to the NBA site that has Reddish actually starting over Grimes. That could be an error, but it's worth looking at. Harrell starting again for the Sixers today. I might as well put the lineup screen up in a second. Let's go do a quick dribble game, I reckon. Let's go do that now, and then we'll get back. How is everyone? We all good here? Let's see if dribble game is ready to go. All right. Is it today's one? Tatum and Doncic. So Tatum to Doncic. Who's played for Boston that now plays for Dallas? Who's played for Boston that now plays for... Not Tim Hardaway, not Spencer Dinwiddie. Maxi Kleber JaVale? No. Dwight Powell. He did play for Boston, but not when Tatum was there. Dorian Finney-Smith. Reggie Bullock. Theo Pinson? Theo Pinson. No, Theo Pinson didn't play in Boston. No, he did Brooklyn. Okay. So who else is on that team? Frank Ntilikina, Jaden Hardy, obviously not. Spencer Dinwiddie, not. Bullock, Finney-Smith, no. Kleber, no. Powell, no. McGee, no. There's someone obvious. Who am I missing? That plays for Dallas or has played for Dallas that played with Boston. Who am I missing? Josh Richardson. There we go. That's the one. All right, let's go back to the lineup screen. Did you guys in the chat get that one right? Let's have a look. Bol. Oh, no. Hello, everyone. Oh, Campazzo. No, he never played in Boston. Let's go through these lineups and see what we know about them at the moment. Obviously, there's the early games that are already on and started. The Hawks, Okongwu's playing or starting over Capella because Capella's injured. With the Heat, a lot of their guys are back, so they're starting Lowry, Hero, Strus, Martin, Adebayo. Still no Jimmy Butler, of course. In Memphis, it's Morant, Conchar, Brooks, Jackson, Adams. Hang on a second. I'm just checking something. Oh, yeah. For the Knicks, there's Brunson, Grimes, or Reddish. We're still debating that one. As you can see, the official provider says Reddish, not Grimes. Barrett, Randall Robinson. The Sixers is Milton, Melton, Harris, Tucker Harrell. The Magic is Wagner, Gary Harris, Paulo Banchero, Bol, and Mo Bamba because Fultz and Suggs and Anthony are all out. The Wizards have Kuzma out, so they're going to start Monte Morris, Bradley Beal, Corey Kispert, Denny Avdia, and Kristaps Porzingis. The Celtics are going to have Jason Tatum out, so I expect they go Smart, White, Brown, Williams, Horford. The Cavs are starting Garland, Mitchell, Wade, Mobley, and Robin Lopez. The Pistons are without Bogdanovic. They're without Isaiah Stewart, but Sadiq Bey returns, so they're without Jaden Ivey as well. The expectation is, amazingly, it's Killian Hayes, Corey Joseph, Sadiq Bey, Isaiah Livers, and Marvin Bagley, but there's going to be more minutes there for Kevin Knox and Alec Burks off the bench. And that's it, really. That's the only things we're waiting to look at. Let's have a look. How is everyone? You all good? Just writing a comment here on Basketball Monster. All right, let's go to the chat, see what the people are talking about. Any Cade Cunningham update? No, I haven't heard anything yet. Do I have more confidence in Zach Collins or Isaiah Hartenstein for rest of season value? I have more confidence in Hartenstein, actually. Collins, yeah, fine, solid enough. But I think the Collins value requires Pirtle to be out or gone, and Hartenstein still can get it done in bench minutes. A KCP and Payne drops. You want to pick up Collins and Fultz. Look, Payne will be a drop, obviously, when Paul comes back. I wouldn't say that Collins and Fultz are huge priority ads, personally. I just don't think they are. KCP, fine, but like, what do you expect? Collins was great last game. Pirtle might miss 0 games with quad soreness. He might not. It's not considered, I don't think, unless I'm just wrong and missing something. I don't think it's considered a serious injury. It was just quad soreness, and they're going to do that. They're going to sit him down at times. Just double checking something. So the Knicks are going with Reddish and not Grimes. So they've changed their mind, it looks like. Huh. Let's watch that one. Celtics confirmed Smart, White, Brown, Williams, Horford. What am I missing here with the Spurs? Yeah, nothing's been updated there on Pirtle. People just seem to assume that Pirtle's going to be out for a long time, and I don't think that's the case. With Brunson playing as Quickly still an Aria, that's the question, is it? Quickly's been playing well, but we don't know what they're going to do because Rose is back as well. They've got a fully healthy bench. So what is Captain Comeover going to do? They're starting Reddish, it looks like, over Grimes. So there's going to be Grimes, Rose, Quickly all off the bench. And Quickly can be worth using, but it does hurt his value a lot. Do I think Silas will keep playing Şengün 20 to 30 minutes? Guarantee he's playing him over 20 minutes. Yep, absolutely guarantee that part of it. 30 minutes, I don't know. It's really unpredictable. What we see from him tomorrow will be really, really key into how much he gets ripped by his own fans, let alone me. Yeah, it's going to be really intriguing to see that. 20 to 30, though, guarantee that. Do I like the Grizzlies minus 2.5? No, I don't, actually. I don't. I don't like them minus 2.5 at all. Draft stars, I'm not doing any draft star stuff this year, Trenner. Don't have any of the salary projections or anything like that. Not doing any draft stars. Sorry, mate. Is Malik Beasley must roster in 10-team Yahoo points? No, not in a 10-team league. I don't think so. Are the Dolphins favored for the Super Bowls? We should be. What do we end up winning today? I know we're 30-0 up. Dolphins, it was against the Texans, though, let's be fair. 30 to 15. Yeah, we let them back in at the end. We're not a Super Bowl favorite, but hopefully we win a playoff game for the first time in like 30 years. That'd be good. Is Dean Wade a good streamer for today for rebounds? I think he's a solid enough streamer for rebounds, yes. I'm trying to see if there's any info here on the old, on the Knicks and what they're actually doing here. So did we get confirmation on the Pistons? Yeah, that's confirmed. Oh, no, we don't. Here we go. The lineup for the Pistons is coming through now. Where is it? Pistons lineup is Livers, Bay, Bagley, Magruder. Magruder. The bloke doesn't play, and now he starts. Magruder and Killian Hayes. All right, Magruder. Livers, Bay, Bagley, Magruder, Hayes. Cool. That makes a lot of sense. I'm just really interested in what's going on with the Knicks. Announced Grimes are starting. Submitted Reddish are starting. And we haven't had any confirmation of that change apart from the official lineup they submitted to the NBA. But no reporters have said anything yet. Very, very interesting stuff. Okay. Who are they playing? They're playing the Grizzlies, aren't they? All right. How is everyone that's here? We all good? How's your weekend been? You guys here in Victoria, did you get your democracy sausage at the voting? I didn't get one. I went too early. Didn't get the sausage. Magruder is starting. Yes. Any word on Middleton? No, I haven't heard anything further on that. Is Fultz a stash? Realistically, will he be a productive player? What I think his average will be. Is he a stash? Look, I don't know, mate. Look, there's just too many weird situations there with guards. Is he? I don't think he'll be as good as he was last year in terms of that high level of an assist rate. I think he's okay. I don't think he's a must-grab, must-stash, must-hold player. It's going to be just Suggs and Fultz and Anthony and this big lineup they're running. I think it's just going to be a messy situation the whole way through. I don't understand Tiberius with Kevin Love. He said, what's going on with Love? Day to day, you had a thumb fracture, usually 4 to 6 weeks. Yeah, it's 4 to 6 weeks normally. So I don't know why he missed one game and then played and then obviously couldn't go and they're listing him day to day. To me, you'd have to think he's out a few weeks. I don't really know. I don't know what the hell's going on. Is Alec Burks a hold in 12 to minutes if he plays 20 minutes or less? If he plays under 20 minutes consistently, then it'd be hard to do that. But there are a lot of guys down at the moment, and I think those minutes push up to 22, 23. But if it does stay under 20, it's really hard to stash someone like that. Is Zubats confirmed a better center than Miles Turner? No, he's not. When is Lonzo Ball expected to return? I'd guess All-Star break would be my guess. Do I buy low on Giddey? Is he actually even a buy low? Like, I think he can still be top 80 this season. So I guess if you can achieve that, then do it. But his numbers are pretty much all over the place. Any updates on Des Bain? Nothing at all. Haven't heard anything on that. So I imagine he's just still on the same schedule. Poku and Olynyk must roster in Yahoo 10-team points. I think Olynyk probably is. Poku's on the borderline. But in a 10-team league, your waiver wire is so thick, it's so juicy, that these borderline guys, like, you just cycle through them. Like, these back-end players are not really must roster in that sort of scenario. And if you do miss out on one, there's going to be someone else that pops up really quickly. Should I drop Clark for Winslow? Like, I don't think Clark is worth holding, so sure, you want to add Winslow in while Lillard's out? No worries. Then you'll end up dropping Winslow for somebody else. Do I think Conley will sit out future back-to-backs going forward after he returns? I assume they'll play it safe. I think he'll sit some back-to-backs initially when he returns, maybe like the first 2 or 3, but all of them, I doubt it. Okay. Any more news on this Knicks foolishness? The weird thing here is if they do end up starting Reddish over Grimes, all these Knicks people have heard that it's Grimes starting. And so we've had this update for a while that we've got it here and we're just waiting to see what's actually going on. But the Knicks people don't have that same info that we do. Huh. So they might be like, oh, that's a really late change. What happened? I still would be interested to know what is actually going to happen because I don't have it confirmed 100%. Still trying to find stuff here. All right. Any more news coming through? Let's have a look. What's going? A lot of people talking about this Pacers Clippers game. Let's have a look. What's going on over the box score there? Wow, huge game from Jalen Smith. Didn't expect that. And we know he's been wildly up and down. This is why I was interested in drafting him, but he's done it so infrequently that, like, if you want to go and grab him after this game, he's at 21-8 at the moment with 26 in the third quarter. Like, that's obviously huge, but yeah, I don't really believe in that as a template for what he's going to do as we move forward. So add him, but I mean, try it, stream it, see what happens, but it could be chasing, I think. All right. What else? What other questions have you guys got? Who gets Kuzma's minutes and usage? Well, you can see the lineup there, Kuz. It's going to be Kispert that starts. Usage, it's going to be Beal and Porzingis, obviously. Kispert will get some shots. Avdia will get some more usage as well. There's no Hachimura either, I believe. So, yeah. I don't think... It's not going to be just one person. It's not just going to be one person. Do I think Mikal Bridges' career is on a similar trajectory to Kawhi? No, I don't. Absolutely not. Osman or Grant Williams tonight? I'll take Grant Williams. is T-Man and add until P. George returns. Well, I don't know what an 11 category league is, and you got to be really cautious, mate. T-Man. Like, I can get it through context clues. There's 2 T-Mans in the NBA. You're asking about Terrence Mann. Is he an add until Paul George returns? Probably, yes. Why is Zubats playing so much better this year? He's getting more minutes. That's the number one thing. Like, he's getting more minutes. His block rate has also been up, so I can't really... I can't explain why that's going up so much. Drew says, if you're in a position where you're out of IR slots, would you drop Cade? No, I wouldn't. I'd like to get more info, but I'd also like to know more info on your situation. Like, who's in those IR slots? Is it someone that's actually worth holding or not? But to me, I don't think Cade's coming back in 2022. Maybe in January, the best case scenario, he returns. But I honestly just don't think he's coming back at all. So I probably wouldn't drop him unless my injury reserve is full of, like, it's got Paul George in there and James Harden's in there and Tyrese Maxey's in there. Did I find any good Black Friday deals? No, I didn't buy anything for Black Friday at all. Jack Vaughan is hoping that Seth Curry can play the back-to-back tomorrow. That's good news. It's really good news. Starting lineup for the Pelicans, Devontae Graham. Oh, not Jose Alvarado. So Devontae Graham, Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, Zion, and Jonas. Is that what they're going to... Is that official, or is that someone hoping that? I'm not sure that's official. Double check that. Oh, that's for tomorrow. Forget that. That's someone... guessing. Ignore that. Okay. Jabari Smith is having a nice string of games. Yep. He's looking pretty good at the moment, which is, it was never going to be a 30% shooter. That sort of stuff is the easiest stuff to say. Someone shooting 70% from 3, it's not going to stick. Someone shooting 20% from the field, it's also not going to stick. Like, that stuff's easy. But it is really, really hard not to get caught up in what is actually happening right now. Man, this guy sucks right now. And it's hard not to get caught up in that. What are my thoughts on Schroeder as a quality 12-team points league option? Well, you put an adjective in there as quality, and I'd say he's got no chance of being a quality 12-team league points league guy. For now, with Beverly out, he's a stream option. But as I've said a lot with Schroeder, he does need the ball and usage. And he's going to be 4th on that team in usage behind Davis, LeBron, and Westbrook. And maybe equal with Walker. So I don't really see gigantic upside in him. So as a quality guy, absolutely not. Who's the first NBA coach to go, in your opinion? I know who it should be, but I also know that it won't be those guys. It won't be Casey. It won't be Silas. It should be, but it won't be. It's a good question. Looking at all the situations and trying to figure it out. Like, it won't be Kid. It maybe should be. It won't be Ham. It won't be Pop. It should be Silas, but it won't be. It won't be Kerr. It won't be Dagnott. That's a really good question. Maybe it just is Silas. Or the other one to watch is Billy Donovan, I think. I think Billy Donovan might be in danger a little bit. A little bit of danger for Bill. How's Jamal Mosley's coaching? I don't think it's great, but he's also been dealt a pretty shit hand, really. Like, every guard injured. Like, what he's supposed to run 5 centers at a time because you don't have many other options. Like, he hasn't been given a great hand, I don't think. Do I like the Wizards plus 7.5? Yes, I do. I do actually like them plus 7.5 with Tatum out. I do. How important is a streaming slot? It's really important when you're fighting for playoffs and when you're in the playoffs. If you're comfortably top of the standings, you don't need to stream. If you're getting wins anyway, you don't need to. But when you get to the playoffs, it's going to be vitally important. Or if you're in a situation where you're mid-table and you're fighting to be there, getting those extra games is important. But, you know, he said once Middleton returns, you won't have any clearly droppable plays. Something will occur. Someone will get hurt. Someone will drop off. You don't have to overthink it days, weeks in advance as to who do I drop or what do I do when this guy comes back. Something will come up. But also, if you're not streaming now and your team's super strong, it's fine. You don't need to do it. Should you try to sell Rudy Gobert or hold? I think you just would hold him. Like, he'd been struggling and everyone hates him. And the last 2 games have been really good. So I don't really... Actually, I haven't looked at today's game. I don't really think that he's like a guy you need to trade away. Jacques Vaughn's probably the first to go because it's the Nets. Yeah, maybe. Is Billy Donovan a good coach? I don't think so. I think he's not a terrible coach. I don't think he's a good coach, though. He's not a difference-making coach. And he might actually be a detrimental coach, which is the worst kind of coach you can be. Not to the degree of Silas or Casey, but I don't think he's a... What's the problem? I don't think he's a good coach. What's the problem in Chicago other than poor front office management? Ownership. They won't pay. Like, they won't pay little bits on the margins. Like little bits to go into the tax. They won't pay it. Yeah, edicts from ownership, I'm guessing, to trade away picks to get like aging guys like Vooch, who that doesn't really move the needle. Like it's ownership is the problem. Is Fultz a top 100 player in points? I doubt that. I really doubt that. How can you tell if someone is a good coach? It's really tough to do that, right? It's not just wins and losses. It's about things that make sense in terms of rotational decisions. I can't tell you what they do off court, talking to their players. Dwayne Casey's really good at that. Really good at being a good bloke and a good mentor sort of player. And that's a positive thing, right? Steven Silas connecting with guys is good. I'm just talking the way that only thing I can judge is what do they do on court? What decisions do they make? With rotations, with player usage, with schemes. That's the only stuff I can look at. And so that's only part of the coaching job, but that's the sort of stuff that you look at when you make consistently bad calls in lineups and rotation decisions. That's when I don't think you're a good coach. Has Bagley fixed his free throws or too small of a sample? I think it's too small of a sample to judge that yet. It does look encouraging at this point, but we've got 4 years of him and college of him being a poor free throw shooter versus 5 games here. Yeah, I think you can look at him like maybe like 75, 76. I don't know. He's been really good, but I don't think we can say that it's fixed. Much like I don't think we can say that Anthony Davis is now an 84% free throw guy again. This is such small sample size stuff that it's really hard to look at that and suggest that it's all sorted. Okay. Higher upside today. Triple J or Mobley, similar draft style salary. Triple J, I think, has got a higher upside. What is the trade value for LaMelo right now? I would have to think it's pretty low. And I think you could probably get him for a top 40 player. Because people are just panicked. He's a first-round pick who, once he had that ankle injury, I think I pushed him to 14 or 13, so early second round, let's say, after he had the injury. People are panicked. They think he's going to get shut down. Some people do. He's not going to play. The Hornets are tanking. That's why he's sticking out. I think you can get him for a top 40 player. Do I think Royce O'Neal's production is going to be the norm rest of the season? No, I don't. The assists have been really encouraging, but with the addition of TJ Warren, who I don't think is going to do much, but it's just another body in there, with the way Seth Curry is starting to play, I think Royce will lose out. I do think that. And am I saying that because I just didn't believe in him early on? Maybe. But I've also seen him play for 4 years and do jack shit versus doing it for 15 games here with a bunch of guys in and out of lineups. What value can you get back for Halliburton? Why would you want to? And the only value I would accept back for Halliburton is a top 10 player. I don't know if you can get that, but that's what I'd be doing. For 5 minutes left before we're out of here. Cool. Do I think Jabari Smith's stock will continue to rise? Yes, I do. I don't think that he is a super level... I didn't have him number one in the draft. He didn't go number one in the draft, but I think he's got a good fantasy game. I think he can be the number one fantasy rookie still because he's going to have, I think, good free throws, good blocks, good rebounds. He had really good steals in college, good threes. He can have 16 points on 18 usage. He can do that. Yeah. With Kawhi and PG out, who becomes the top scoring options at the Clippers? They're just going to change. It's going to change every game. I think, Garrick. It's going to be some days Norm Powell. Sometimes it's going to be Reggie Jackson. Sometimes it'll be John Wall. Who's leading it today? Zubats is leading them in scoring today. It's just going to be, this is again the problem with teams this deep, that even those two guys out, like a Paul George and Kawhi are out. Okay, so we fire up Norm Powell, but maybe not. Like Covington didn't even play today. He played like 20 minutes last game. Yeah, they've got Batum, there's Powell, there's Wall, there's Coffey, there's Mann, there's Jackson, there's Morris. It's going to change. There's not one number one guy. It's going to be all over the place. Well, that's how I see it anyway. Can Brook Lopez keep this up with Middleton near a return? I don't think the blocks have anything to do with Middleton, but I do think that there is going to be some usage drop a little bit for Brook when Middleton does return. So keep it up at this level, no. Drop completely off. It's so much of it is just driven by his blocks, which have really come out of nowhere. So I'd have some skepticism about that. Is Rob Williams a top 50 ESPN points per player per game when he returns? When he returns, no. Could he get there? Maybe. But historically, he hasn't been a good points league guy in general because his game is more suited to category league. So I'd say that's probably a tough ask for him in an ESPN points league. But ESPN, I don't really evaluate ESPN points leagues a huge amount because ESPN's a terrible platform. So I don't actually know where Rob Williams was ranked last season, but I am going to double check that because you asked the question. Let's have a look. What did Rob Williams do in ESPN points leagues last season? He was 46th in 30 minutes a night, 36 fantasy points. I'd find that hard for him to get to, and he definitely won't get there as soon as he returns. So I think that's probably unlikely for Rob Williams to be a top 50 ESPN points league player. Man, the Warriors smashing the Wolves here. That game's just about over. And we're just about over here as well. Got any final questions, you can chuck them in. And we will back later on with a recap show. Just trying to go through everything that I can see here. Make sure there's no other news that we've missed. Still, it looks like the Knicks are starting Reddish and not Grimes. But why can't I find that data? Anyway, apologies for that. Like that's what I'm understanding is happening, but yeah, can't find that data. Let's wait and see what they actually roll out with. All right, we're gonna roll out of here. Just one last check on questions. Is Christian Wood a hold? 100% he is. Like, why would you drop him? Do I still see Bol as a sell high? I do, yes. Again, it's hard to see that, Garrick, when everyone's out. But at some point, they're going to come back. And Bol's numbers, if you can get a top 50 player back, good. I just don't see him maintaining this level. And that, guys, will do it for me today. Don't forget to jump on and give a thumbs up. That's always great, always helpful. If you can do that, it'd be awesome. And subscribe to the channel. Love it when you do that. Guys, I'll see you later.